All right, today I'm gonna show you how to make some super simple but very, very delicious scallops. Doesn't take a lot of ingredients, but it's perfect to have on a hot, sunny day with a lovely glass of white wine. You can eat these by themselves. You can eat it over rice. You can eat it with pasta. I prefer to literally just eat it by itself with a little fork and a glass of wine and call it a day. So what I have here are some bay scallops. You're going to need Old Bay, black peppercorn, pink Himalayan salt. I only have dried parsley because the parsley that was at the grocery store looked trifling, so that's what I'll be using. But if you can get your hands on some fresh parsley, I would highly suggest it. Kerrygold butter, of course. A lemon. I've already shown you the scallops. And I'm going to be using Sauvignon Blanc as the wine. You want to make sure that it's a dry wine, not something sweet. And no, you cannot use red. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see that? Don't ask me for the damn ingredient list. Now, come on. Okay, now before we get too far into this video, I want to make sure that I show you guys exactly how you need to properly clean off your scallops. Now, whether you're using fresh scallops or scallops that you're getting from the freezer, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need to remove this little piece here from them. I have rinsed these off thoroughly under cold water, and I just want to take a moment to show you guys what the piece is that you're looking for. You see that right there on the corner, this right here? It kind of looks like it doesn't belong to it. This little piece here is what they use to cling to the shell. You want to remove that. It comes right off. See how it just pops right out? You want to get rid of that. That doesn't belong on there. You don't want to cook that. And so now you have a perfectly clean piece of scallop. And those little pieces right there is what we're discarding. Place it on a paper towel so that you can start to dry them out. The key to making a good scallop is they must be dried off. You want to get rid of as much moisture as possible. First things first, to my cast iron skillet, I'm going to add in roughly about a half a tablespoon or so of some extra virgin olive oil. While I'm waiting for my oil to come up to temperature, I want to show y'all a little chef's trick. Now, so many of y'all are out here pretending like y'all don't cook with y'all hands or y'all are only using gloves. Baby, if that's the lie that you want to tell yourself, you go right on ahead. But let me show y'all what we do in professional kitchens. If you've ever worked with scallops before, you know that it can be easily overcooked and also easily undercooked. This is how I was taught to test it, so I'm going to show y'all so that you can also do it at home so that you're not trying to stick them with a thermometer. Get your hands. Make sure they're clean. Take your hands. This right here, number 1, I say is raw, okay? As you can see, I feel like I could easily squish something between these 2 fingers. Number 2, this is what you're looking for. There's a little bit of tension that's created between my fingers right here. That's just about where you want it to be. So what I'm simply saying is that once you take your finger and you press down into the center of it, if it feels like this between these 2 fingers right here, that's how you know it's done. Oftentimes, people want it a little bit firmer. So if it's a little bit on the firmer side, the 3rd finger, that's totally fine. Baby, once you got to the 4th, you went on ahead and made seafood leather, so just go ahead and throw it away. So stick between 2 and 3. That's how I like to test to see when mine are done. No matter what, it really shouldn't take no more than maybe 2 to 3 minutes per side, to be quite frank. We are keeping the seasonings very light. I'm just going to go across with some ground black pepper right across the top, just like that. Just like that. I'm going to be going light with the pink Himalayan salt because I'm also going to be adding an Old Bay. And, of course, the Old Bay. And again, I don't want to be too heavy-handed because I am going to season the other side, and I do not want these to be overly salted. So that's about right. And you can give it a little light tap down if you would like to really make sure the seasonings are sticking. My oil is starting to lightly smoke, so that means that it is ready to go. The key to making a good scallop is once you put it in the pan, do not mess with it. Once it lifts up from the bottom of the skillet, which I'll show you in a minute, that's when you'll know that it's ready to go. If you have to forcefully lift it off the bottom, then that means it's not ready. So just place it in, seasoning side down, and just leave it alone. Make sure that you're not overcrowding your pan, okay? I'll be back in a few moments. Alrighty, I can tell by looking at these that these are ready to be flipped. And like I said, if they are indeed ready to be flipped, they will easily turn over. They will not be sticking. So let's see. Yep. Look at that. That's what you want. You want some beautiful color on each side. Nice and brown. Okay? So I'm going to go on ahead, flip all of these bad boys over. Let them keep going. And like I said, it really should take no more than 2 to 3 minutes each side, okay? I'll be right back. My scallops are looking absolutely great. Now, before these finish cooking, I want to go in and I want to add in 5 tablespoons of the Kerrygold butter and allow that to melt down. I'm also going to go in and add in the juice of half of a lemon. And I'm also going to add in a splash of that white wine. Top it off with some of the parsley. And give these bad boys a little mix around. Yes, Lord. Toss them around in that butter. Let these go for another maybe minute or so, and these scallops are all done. And that right there, friends, is how I make my super simple but super delicious scallops. Again, I eat this by itself. You can eat it over sticky rice. You can add it with pasta. You could add cream to this to make it into a cream sauce. But this is how I like mine. Enjoy the recipe. And then, honey, I like to go in and I like to pour some of this delicious sauce right over the top of these scallops. Put a toothpick in these, serve them to your guest, and they are just absolutely divine. And if you are a garlic person, feel free, add in some garlic. But this is just how I like mine. Honey, I know y'all want me to taste one. Don't worry, child. I got you. I got you. Yes, yes. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful that scallop is. Here we go. The butter, the lemon, and that wine. My God. The perfect texture. Soft, buttery, not chewy whatsoever. They're literally cooked perfectly. Honey, make this recipe. Enjoy.